24 teams, 52 matches crammed into 1 month, and we have a new African champion, Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, the new African champions, AFCON 2023, which is played in 2024. So congratulations to the Ivory Coast. This is Footy Fantasy, home of football. Please like, share, and subscribe accordingly. Come here for all your football needs weekly. We have exceptional folks who break down the sports, and you will love it here. If you don't have a home for football, this will be your home for football. This will be the review for the third place match and the final, and we had two exceptional games for the African Cup of Nations. Third place match, Bafana of South Africa versus Democratic Republic of Congo. And it was a cagey game. The Congolese team, wasteful as usual in the final third. They missed a whole lot of chances. But the South African stayed composed and pushed, which has pretty much been the tactics for the South Africans in the knockout stages. They pushed for the penalties, trusting in Williams, their goalkeeper, who has been exceptional in this tournament. The South African team came out victorious 6-5 in penalty kicks, and of course, again, like lightning, struck twice, with Mokoena missing his kick, and Rowan Williams proving his heroics once again to become actually the best goalkeeper of the tournament, and I think rightly so. It probably just pipped it over Nigeria's also exceptional goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali. And of course, to the final, the much anticipated final match between the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, two-time champions, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria, three-time champions. And it was a cagey affair in front of 60,000 fans. That's what the stadium takes, but apparently more fans got into the stadium, but you can't blame the Ivorians. It's a once in a lifetime. They did this in '84 and were knocked out in the first round. But this time it was hosting to win. In the 38th minute, a looping header by Nigeria's Captain Fantastic William Troost-Ekong headed a looping header over Yaya Fofana, the goalkeeper of Ivory Coast. And it remained cagey, with the Ivorian side being the better side overall. They wanted it more. They had more composure, they had more desire, and were driven by Frankesi and Fofana. They played so well, and of course Simon Adingra was the standout for the Ivorians with Sebastian Haller. This is a team that probably rose from the dead. They were almost eliminated in the group stages. They qualified as the third best team to get into the knockout stages, and ever since they've been writing their script since the round of 16. Since Jean-Le Gasset was fired, and MS Faye took over the Rams and guided the Elephants from the round of 16 up to this final. And they played so well. In the 62nd minute, Frankesi scored a corner kick from the gifted Simon Adingra into the box, misjudged by Stanley Nwabali, and Zaidu Sanusi wasn't really present in the moment. So Frankesi had a free header to head in and tie the game for the Ivorians. And in the 81st minute, Ola Aino was beaten by Simon Adingra. Adingra tortured Aino for most parts of that game. He put in a cross for Sebastian Haller to toe poke into the side of the net, and the Ivorians led by 2-1, which happened to be the final scoreline for the match to crown the Ivory Coast champions of Africa, and deservedly so. A beautiful story. Sebastian Haller, who was diagnosed of I think testicular cancer, and getting from the hospital bed to wear the gold medal at the AFCON is an incredible story. Also for MS Fire, the coach of Ivory Coast, who pretty much won this tournament for African coaches. I keep saying it, It's only African coaches who really understand African football. I don't know, for the World Cup, it could be a different conversations, but at AFCON, I truly always believe in African coaches. We saw what Cisse did with Senegal, so this is a similar story. And it's incredible achievement for him, incredible achievement for Frank Kesse, he came on as substitute. Gasset used to bench him, and then he became a mainstay in the team. And of course, MS5, his stance with substitution, it wasn't about respect. The focus was on the team succeeding. And you can tell from his substitutions, Sangare was on the bench. He brought in a new defensive midfielder. I think his name is, forgotten his name now. But the number 4 who played defensive midfield came in and solidified that midfield. It's a real brilliant story for South Africa. For the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, incredible story. They've hosted it and won it. It's a very difficult thing to do with all of the pressure, but they used the crowd and the pressure to their advantage and became victorious. Applause for the Nigerian team. No one expected the Nigerian team to get to the final, certainly not myself, but it surprised everyone. Stuck to his script of discipline up to the final, and things changed in the final. But it's all good. It's still victorious for the Nigerian team. No one expected this. They've overachieved, in my opinion. And more success to come in the future. I hope the Nigerian team can regroup, the Super Eagles can regroup and build on this foundation and maybe pull off what Senegal did, because Senegal lost to Algeria in the final and then came back to win it. So this is possible. It just needs the Nigerian team to regroup. But fantastic display from all the 24 teams, making this truly an African festival. So now to the future, and if you don't believe me, next year we have another AFCON hosted in Morocco in the summer, billed to start June 15th to July the 13th. The official qualifiers begin in March 18th and run through November 11th. The host cities are Tangier, Rabat, Casablanca, Agadir, Marrakesh, and Fez. And 3 of these stadiums have been expanded to at least 70,000 capacity. So we are hoping for another African festival next summer. It was a beautiful ride. It was a beautiful experience for 1 month of exciting football. And we were looking forward to AFCON next year. We look forward to the qualifiers, and we wish Morocco all the best as they host the pinnacle of African football. Stay tuned, always tune into this channel and get the best. We will see you next year in Morocco.